Hello friends and welcome back. I'm Anna Dalman. It is day number 163 of the note writing, and my note of instruction today is a continuation from yesterday in the discussion of idols of the heart. And so for today, dare I call it my idol? What about you and yours if you are examining things in your life? So a couple of things that I think do distract me is insecurity, fear of not being protected, not being safe and secure. I think that is a legitimate fear of mine. It restricts many of my activities, and I think many people would say, well, that's understandable because you have 8-foot brick fences with 2 feet of electrical wiring around, and we had quite a good few ugly incidents in the neighborhood, and it is getting worse. So however, that is different to personal security. Safety and personal security, many people would say it's the same thing. It's the same side of opposite ends of the same coin, but it is not the same. Insecurity is fearing the future. Safety is, what if I go outside, take a walk, and a car pulls up and 4 people with machetes jump out? That's the difference. So how to defeat the sentiment is more of God and to trust in Him greater. Now, yesterday I did discuss, and I very casually discussed potential idols in people's lives, but it gets down to more domesticated things than just that. Things that people wouldn't really consider to be idolatry. So here is a wonderful article, Idols of the Heart, Vanity Fair by David Powlison. I don't know if it's publicly accessible. I got this off a journal that I subscribed to when I was in school, and I've had it since then, and I've kept it. I have just a couple of hard copies of it. So what is defined as idolatry here, and I'd like you to consider it because it is true, relevant, it's true. Okay, so has something or someone besides Jesus the Christ taken title to your heart's trust, preoccupation, loyalty, service, fear, and delight? It is a question bearing on the immediate motivation for one's behavior, thoughts, and feelings. Who or what rules your behavior? Now, it could be something as innocent as wanting to get married. Then your entire preoccupation is devoted to that rather than prayerfully considering what God would have for you and making sure that you are growing and preparing yourself, becoming the right kind of person to be married, and then looking for the right kind of companion, mate. How you look, slim, trim, and appealing. Are you so obsessed with how you look? Now that goes back into depictions of manhood and womanhood that I discussed yesterday, that you're so insecure about your society that you have to backstab other people to look like what a man's character traits should be, that becomes your goal rather than choosing to respond biblically to life as the Bible lays out the characteristics of a man or a woman. Same thing both ways. Your career, wanting to become a pastor or becoming a pastor's wife. I have seen, because I've been in those kind of areas in my life, in those kind of communities, how people actually, that becomes the idol. Friends, when I was much younger, I could say that I with marriage and being a wife, etc., I very much wanted that in my life. I'm so grateful God didn't allow that. I have many spiritual children around the world. I have had many home environments that I've been able to minister in and through, and I've done great works. I would not have been able to do them had I been married. So God causes all things to work together for good, Romans 8:28, and it is true, He does. So we just need to be careful, or you've got to have the perfect house and all your energies put in, because you'd rather be seen as the picture of what a godly Christian woman is than actually be one. Sometimes hospitality doesn't mean that the table is perfectly set and your home is perfectly clean. If it doesn't look lived in, it ain't godly. If it doesn't, and that doesn't mean you've got to have a dirty, messy house. Not at all. I've lived in perfection, absolute perfection, where I managed a large 5-acre estate compound, and everything had to be perfect, including the plants. It's not the way to live or to present yourself. Home shouldn't be a showplace. It needs to be a place where people are welcome. All these things we need to consider, friends. So dare I call it my idol? What is that thing to you? Consider it. If there's something that you would like to share or discuss or even encourage others on how to overcome, please share in the comments, and we will continue our discussion on Idols of the Heart tomorrow. So until then, take care and God bless. We'll talk again. Bye-bye for now.